I don't think I'm live anymore, y'all. Okay, y'all, I see what happened here. It kicked me off, but it's got me going again. I don't know why it does this, but let me, yeah, just jump on over here. We'll get this rolling again. We'll start the story. I'm not sure exactly where it cut off, so if somebody can comment um, where my story left off. I think it was where Jason was going to move in and start working for my parents. I was talking about the Camaro. I think that's where, well, he was going to live in a camp trailer on our property and help us with a job for a month. And let me get the donation links in there. Hold on, y'all. Technology isn't perfect, sadly. But we are rolling with all the donation options here. I'm just going to copy them in, and then we should be able to get back to our stories and updates with the thermometer and all of that. So I'm going to open this up. So our phones only have 5 more minutes that they will be manned by people. So if you're going to call in a donation, do call in right away, because people only work so long. So let's see, it should be saved. Let me see if that is working. Come on. The internet has been a trouble all afternoon, and somebody came and said there were solar flares. It looks like it's updated. Okay, so you should have donation links in the comments there, or not the comments, but the description of the video. Looks like we're there. Okay, so he drove up in his car. That seems to be where the last one was. All right, so I'm going to get a tally on where we're at donation wise before we continue Jason and I's story of how we fell in love. And so hold on, y'all. I will be right back and with an update. Okay, sorry y'all, I am back. I actually had to take a bathroom break. If you've noticed, like ever since lunchtime, I've been here at my post, and nature does call. So, I don't know why my little thing stopped working. Like I have a little video there, and I had to put up a little alternate thing because there's supposed to be a video that has a countdown timer, but apparently it is falling apart with the internet. So we will get to Jason's story of our love story on how we came together. So if you're on the other one, I do apologize. Yes, thank you. Tanya has been doing this for hours. I think she needs a break. I had to have a bathroom break. That was not. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about, so on the other video, if it left off there, Jason was coming to work with us doing masonry contracting. We were working on a big slate patio, and he was going to come work with my dad and my brother, and then I was also working on the job site with another guy. So Jason came up, and he was going to be there for 1 month, and this is our love story. So I've been telling stories all day. And so he's going to be there, and I am just tickled pink because I am like, finally. Jason is, did this shut off? Or is this live? This is live. Okay. So we are so close to 20,000. I'm going to keep going. I know I said I was going to stop at 6:30, but I'm not going to stop just yet. I really think that if we stick to this a little bit longer, we could hit that 20,000 mark. So I'm going to keep going until a little longer. So you'll definitely hear the whole story of how Jason and I fell in love. Jason and I, just over the 9-year period, like I think he always viewed me as my brother's little sister, and he never paid too much attention to me. I mean, you know, I had an emu, and he would race the emu, like came up and we were on the road, and he'd run with my bird. I mean, you know, just kid stuff growing up. Completely normal running with emus, I think. It was definitely an emu. That part I know. I don't know if it was normal. Like us running with emus was normal. When Jason came up to work, there was this other guy that my dad really wanted me to like, I think. He seemed like he was always constantly hinting, and the hints weren't very subtle, that I should like this guy. Well, I met Jason way before this other guy ever came along, so this guy didn't have a chance. And I gotta update the the thermometer here. Just give me a second. And so when Jason, all right, we're gonna update the thermometer, guys. Get ready. This is exciting. So when Jason came up to work, I think this guy probably thought I was very shallow, because here comes Jason driving up in his big Camaro, fancy car, and the guy drove this little beat up truck, and I was like super chatty and everything with Jason, so he probably just like, what on earth? But it really didn't matter to me, because I was very, very excited that Jason was going to be working. And during the job site, like, we were all laying slate patio, like this big, beautiful slate patio in front of this log cabin. And I'm just talking with Jason, and I remember my brother looked over at me one time like, what are you doing talking to Jason? I'm just like, so I smiled back at my brother. But anyways, we're working, and I had heard over the course of my lifetime that the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, so I was planning all kinds of amazing good food for Jason. Now, hold on, I'm going to update the thermometer, because it just says 1 there, and that's not accurate. So, we are at 17,000. We're getting so close to the 20,000 mark. $138.12. Yay! That's so exciting! Look at that. We are so close to the 20,000, guys. I know we can do it. Let's just keep pushing forward, and we will get there. If everyone does what they can, you know, maybe you're just getting home from work and you don't realize what we've been doing. I'm taking off the call now because people are not going to be manning the phones. And so all day today, I have been here updating this thermometer and fundraising for Giving Tuesday. And it has been a very, very long day. I have told a ton of stories. I think I have talked almost nonstop the entire time. And there is $17,000 that can help animals. And I'm really pushing for 20,000. Our original goal last year, we raised 70,000 on Giving Tuesday, and that was just amazing. And there was like almost 1,000 people came together, and there was 50 states across the United States. I mean, like all the states came together, and 14 countries all donated. So we're getting closer. 20,000 is a huge amount for Giving Tuesday. So I am so hoping that we can hit that goal. So I will keep telling Jason's my love story. Just keep sending in those donations. And here's a little recap. I met Jason when I was 9 years old. The day I met him, I decided that he was the most amazing guy I had met so far, and I really liked him. And then when I was 13, I decided I really, really liked him. And then when I was 17, almost 18 years old, he was coming up to work for my dad. And that is where we are at now. I think I got something wrong with my eye. It's itching, but okay. So look at that number. That's so amazing. We can do this, y'all. I know it. So, when we weren't working, I was cooking, apparently, because I was trying to win Jason over with my amazing cooking skills. And I think they're pretty good. I think my cooking skills are pretty amazing. I have a long line of amazing cooks behind me. And so I was doing all kinds of amazing cooking, all kinds of sweet goodness to try to win this guy over. And when Jason came up to work for us, you know, he was bacheloring it for a while, and bachelors don't eat the best. And he was 145 pounds, so he was pretty skinny. And so I didn't realize it at the time, but he was basically my first rescue rehab fattening up project. Oh dear, I'm getting tired. But he was hungry, like he needed some food, like he was really skinny. And so he moved up in April, and this might seem a little fast, but you know, we had known each other for like 9 years. So he's enjoying my food, like he's eating it, but like a week and a half in, I found out that he doesn't really care for sweet food. He likes savory food. So then I had to start like making lasagnas and all these stuff. Like, anyways, by the time January came, he'd gone from 145 pounds to 180 pounds. So he was definitely eating my amazing cooking. Over the course of well, I turned 18, and that's when he realized that I wasn't as little as he thought I was. I've always looked really, really young, and which is a good thing at this end. But he thought I was much younger. So when I turned 18, then he was like more realizing like, maybe there's something here, and we just spent a lot of time working together. Doing masonry work, because that's what my dad did and my brother did, and that's what Jason got hired on by my family to do. And so did a lot of masonry work over that summer. We did take a month off with my brother and my mom and a cousin of mine to go to Dominican Republic on a mission trip, and we took Bibles and different things down to Dominican Republic. But I will say, down there in Dominican Republic, it was I got way too much attention. It wasn't wanted attention. And I was, you know, basically they saw me as a single girl and they were ready to woo my heart over. But again, Jason had already taken my heart. So I remember having a conversation with Jason about this problem. And I'm like, if we just call each other Novia and Novio, that like they won't be hitting on me. And so we agreed to give that a try, and it worked wonders. And so we officially became a couple in Dominican Republic, and it was something that was definitely coming. It's just we hadn't announced that we were any couple or anything. And then when we got back, then it was official, and got back from that mission trip, and that was in August, the first part of August. But from April, May to August, like every single day we worked together. We saw each other in our best and our worst moments, and we just grew to love each other. And then by end of August, we had the fastest officially dating courtship ever, I think. But by end of August, Jason asked me to marry him, and I couldn't help but say yes. And it's actually a pretty funny story. So my parents had this family that was up visiting them, and every evening we would take a walk together. And my parents' property was pretty big, so their driveway out to the gate was like a quarter mile, and it was all their property. So we would walk out to the gate and back and things, and this one evening he disappeared for a while, and I'm like, where is he? Like, he should be here. Like, I don't know what happened to Jason. Like, he was there, and then he was gone, and I didn't know what happened to him, but I'm like, well, he'll show back up. And he showed back up for our evening walk, and this family was visiting us, and they had this little girl, and so we're starting to head off on our walk, and she's like following us, and we're like, no, go back to mommy and daddy. So we finally lost her. She headed back to be with her mom and dad, and instead of walking down to the gate, my parents owned this property. It's this big piece of property, and it was an old gold mine, and there was like old cabins on it, and like it originally was an old town a long time ago, a very wealthy gold mine. And my parents, they owned the whole thing, and there was a lot of caves on the property, and I'm just updating our numbers here real quick. And it was really neat property, but we hiked up the mountain a good long ways, and when we got up there, Jason, he's like, hey, I found this new cave, and I'm like, really? Let's check it out. So we crawl down into this cave, and it was an old mining shaft, and it was, hold on, I get some water. You have to like kind of get down on your stomach and squeeze in where there was an old cave in this cave. Yeah, I know, you're probably like, now she's in caves. I live an interesting life. So scrunch down in there, and it's all dark, and I can't see anything. And Jason's, he's maybe acting a little nervous, but I didn't pick up on it too much. And he told me I needed to turn around and close my eyes and sing a song. And yeah, I grew up, I still go to church all the time, but I grew up going to church and singing lots of hymns, and didn't have a radio, or like I didn't really listen to music, and I still really don't. Like, some people have to listen to music. I'm okay if I listen to music, but I'm more than happy not to be listening to music. And so I couldn't think of any song when he asked me to sing a song. And so I I chose this song that is this hymn, and it's Come Ye Sinners. So I'm in this cave singing Come Ye Sinners, and you can look it up. I'm sure it's on YouTube. You can watch it. The song. It's a beautiful song, but it's like, come ye sinners, poor. And I'm singing this in this cave. And Jason's about to propose to me. I can't believe the song I chose. So Jason, he finally tells, and I can hear he's doing something back there, but I don't know what he's actually doing. And then he told me I could stop singing, which he was probably like, she chose that song. I don't know. I'm always like, wow, I could have chosen so many different songs that talked about, love or something. But no, Come Ye Sinner song. So, oh, and somebody asked, was Jason vegan at the time? So Jason and I were both raised vegan, and so that's one of the reasons. Like we're still vegan. We are vegan for the animals and health. So back to our proposal in the cave. So he told me to stop singing, told me to turn around and open my eyes. So we're down in the earth in this cave, and I turn around and I open my eyes, and Jason is there on one knee, and he has lit up candles all over the cave. Like, the reason he was gone that afternoon is he had found the cave at some point, but he went up and he had bought all these candles, and he had stuck them all over the cave, and he was lighting them all while I was singing the song. And that way when I turned around, it was all candle lit, and he asked me to marry him, and I said yes. And I was very, very excited, and then I was like, wow, we're gonna get married. And we were just ecstatic over the moon. Came back and told my parents, and they were really happy for us. And so somebody says, I think that's the most unusual proposal they've ever heard. Well, we're not normal. I mean, we rescue horses and get marriage proposal in a cave, an old mining cave. So anyways, Jason and I start planning our wedding, and we get married down in Oroville, California. I know off and on there's somebody that's like they're from Oroville, so we got married down in Oroville. We would have loved to get married up in the mountains, where Indian Valley and Greenville, but somebody says, what exactly is normal these days? Apparently my life. No, I don't know. So nothing is normal these days. You just do your own thing. And so our wedding was beautiful. Got my dress from a thrift store for $150, and my parents, they gave us like $2,000 budget for the wedding, and did it within budget, and had a beautiful wedding. And then one funny thing that we did, though, is we parked the car that we were going to take on our honeymoon, because we were going to snowboarding, because we both love to snowboard. And it was a little geo tracker. We parked that right in front of the church, and it had our snowboards in it, and it looked like we were taking on our honeymoon, which we were. But Jason had another plan up his sleeve with his Camaro, and so it was parked around the corner of the church where nobody could see it. Jason's brother took it back there and kept it safe. And then after the wedding, we came out, and we're looking at the car, and they have it jacked up on blocks and covered in toilet paper, and they got writing all over it. And we're walking around, we're like, oh my, what did they do, and how are we gonna get it? All this stuff. We're playing along with it. And then Jason's brother, just at the right time, I don't know how they figured out the timing, but they must have had some cell phones of some kind that they called, and like, okay. So like we're looking at it, and somebody says they donate on Venmo. Thank you so much. So Jason came flying around the corner. Like we just got married. I'm in my dress. He's he's wearing a white tuxedo, rental, and his Camaro comes flying around the corner like squealing tires, and it stops, and his brother and his brother's wife jumps out, and we jump in, and then we might have left some dark stripes on the road as we took off, and then we met up later and switched the cars off. So that was really fun. So that is a rundown of meeting Jason at 9 years old, totally thinking he was the most amazing person I'd ever met to that point, and that I liked him, and then really falling in love as I could as a 13-year-old, that he was definitely the one, and then 9 years later, getting married. And then, fast forward from the time we got married, that June, we rescued the first horse, and then we have been rescuing horses over the last 20 years, solid, straight. So it's been quite the life, and it's something I wouldn't ever trade it for the world. And have 4 kids, 3 are adopted and 1 biological, and they're all adults now. So yeah, it's been quite the journey. So I am going to check where we're at on the donation thing. Let me grab my phone so I can check Venmo and Cash App. Please send in those donations. Help us get to $20,000. I really feel like we could do it, and I'm gonna see where we're at. Okay. So he says they were adopted. That's awesome. It's really a wonderful thing when somebody can adopt a child. Alright, so I am going to refresh and see if we got any more donations in through the website. Hopefully we have some. We are so close to 20,000, y'all. I think we can do it. Just donations keep coming in, so let's see here. The office is quiet now, and it's starting to get chilly because the thermostats are not keeping the office warm when everyone leaves. So I'm gonna have to get my jacket here back on, and I think we can make this happen. Wait, let's see. Okay. Yep, some more donations came in. I really appreciate this all. We're slowly getting to where we need to be. And Giving Tuesday is a big day. It's every time I see it on the calendar, I'm like, that's gonna be a big day. I'll actually tell you something funny that happened yesterday, because I'm like planning and trying to get all these things done, and working on all the artwork and the Facebook post and stuff, and I am going along and basically finished it. Like, I've almost got everything done that I needed to get done. And then I realize, I think, that I have scheduled everything and have everything prepared for the wrong day. And on Google it says Giving Tuesday, December 3rd. And I'm like, how did I mess this up this bad? Like, it's supposed to be Tuesday, like tomorrow. Anyways, I had the wrong year. Next year is December, which I'm actually looking forward to having it all in December. Like all the year in giving, all in December. So that will be nice. But I do feel like this has been an amazing day, and I've really enjoyed spending it with you all. And I think we can do 20,000. It'd be so neat to be able to post tomorrow that $20,000 was donated during Giving Tuesday. That's such a huge thing. And I know Dr. Lydia, like there's these shavers she wants that would be really, really good for, you know, around wounds, and they're like $430. I mean, veterinary equipment is not cheap. And I'm like, you know what, after Giving Tuesday, we should be able to purchase this. So there's other things that, you know, would be so helpful to have at our shelter. But it's all in good time, and it will come together. Okay, let me just do another rundown of this account to see where we're at. Where do you all think we're at? Yeah, maybe if you want to comment where you think. How are you holding up, Tawny? You're doing an awesome job. I'm holding up, but I would really love to hit that $20,000 and be like, okay, shoo. So hopefully we can hit that number. I think we can. I think we can. And you can always call your friends and be like, hey, have you given on Giving Tuesday yet? Don't you know you're supposed to give a donation on Giving Tuesday? And tell them this is the organization they could give a donation to. Who said I love you first? It was Jason. Yeah. I kept that word in until he said it. But I loved him longer. I still have loved him longer. Okay, let me see here. So I hope you all enjoyed the story. I do like talking about it. Those early days. And there's a lot I left out of our love story because I don't have the next 3 weeks to put it all into one little story. But that was the gist of it. But if I ever do write a book someday, I'll have to have the whole story in there because there's some really funny things that happen, and yeah, you all would enjoy it. All right, let's see. Okay, I think I'm almost caught up where we can update the thermometer again. Okay. Oh, I was going to check Venmo and Cash App. Somebody says that they love reading books. That is so awesome. So I enjoy listening to audiobooks, but because I'm very dyslexic and words are very hard for me to read, reading is not easy for me. So audiobooks are great. Books I have to read are hard, and I've had some fans recently send books for me to read that they've written and such, but I'm gonna have to like take pictures and have my phone read them to me because it's there have definitely been some more Venmo donations coming in. Thank you all so much. Let's see. Here, this might make the thermometer do better. Okay, let me see. So Kissimmee and Candy, they both had their little babies. Kissimmee had a little like draft horse cross baby, so very big boned, and they're doing great. Last update I saw wasn't too long ago, and they were doing great. So that was really fun. We were doing the Facebook Lives on that. Easy way to fall asleep is reading a book. Well, it would be too much brain. Like I would get really frustrated trying to read a book because I don't like that I can't read words easily. And if I don't know, if I haven't memorized like the pattern of the word, I can't say what that word is. So that's more irritating to me. But watching TV is a good way. So if you're going to fall asleep while you're watching TV, I have a suggestion for you. So when you watch our videos, there are ads that come up. Those ads generate revenue to help the organization and help the media program and all the education. So if you're going to choose something to fall asleep to, please choose Horse Plus's channel and just let it lull you to sleep and you know, have our rescues going and whatnot in the background, because that that is something that would you could sleep and help horses at the same time. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Okay, let's see. I fall asleep to the ads. Well, I mean, hey, it will get you to sleep, and then you just let everything keep rolling, and then you just keep helping horses while you're sleeping. Okay, so here we go. Let's see here. I'm going to update this one first. Okay, so it went up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm going to put up just a little bit. We're getting closer to that 20,000 mark. Okay, let's see. Oh, you can still see. Okay, so keeping up with, okay. All right, so we are still at the 17. So we're at $17,765.21. Look how close we are. Oh my, I think we can do this. Maybe I need to try to do something else here. Hold on, I'm gonna do a little thing that might make us feel a little more inspirational that we can do this. It's gonna change the thing around just a little bit, but I think it might help us in the long run make this happen. All right, there we go. We have the goal of $20,000, and I am going to do a few more little things here to try to get some inspiration. Make it look like we're lowering our expectations of last year, but we are also we're doing some really amazing things, and we can get to that 20,000. I'm very confident. If we raise almost $18,000 in one day, we can get to 20,000 and call it a night. So, so I love Canva. I'm doing all the artwork stuff on Canva, and they're amazing. I love Canva stuff. Over here. Okay, so the goal is 20,000, and I'm going to draw a line. I think we can do this, everyone. That is where we need to get to. Oh dear, that is not doing very well. I don't know why that little line is being a troublemaker. But that line is a very unhappy line. Okay, you're just gonna have to watch this artwork stuff that I'm doing here, or I could shut myself off and not be here at all, but I think we can do this together, so. don't do that. Okay. Let me see. Let me move you over here by yourself. Make you smaller. All right. So that, what? It is the wonkiest goal line. Why? Why do you have to do that? It's very jumpy. It's totally fine over there. It just does not want to behave itself. Okay, that is the goal line, the $20,000 goal line, which I'm sure we can do. Okay, let's make sure that's actually white. Okay, and then I'm going to put up here goal. Make it bold. Okay. There you go. It's not perfect, but it's I think it will make it feel achievable. What do you think? I think we can do this. So I'm going to hop over in the comments and see what's happening over there on YouTube. Okay, that's much more inspiring. Good, good. Yes, I feel like we can make this happen. And let's see what the math is. Okay, so yes, I feel like that is definitely more achievable and inspiring. Now I'm going to do the math of what we need left to donate to get the goal. So okay, let's see here. Let's make this one bigger. Okay, and then where did my goal line go? Remember that little goal line I put there? He's just gone. He ran off again. It's a very unhappy little line. It's very jumpy. So let's see if we can get the goal line back up there. Oh, no. Okay. Make it a little bit longer over here where you're happy. And we'll put you over there. Okay. And 2,000 is the goal. 17,765. So we need $2,235 to hit that $20,000 goal, which is amazing. I think we can do this. So, put one more thing up here. Hopefully this works. I'm watching my creative skills live. Okay, 2,200 still needed, and we'll put another little arrow pointing at where the money is needed. And then we'll get to another story or something And if nothing else, we'll get Jason in here to tell some dad jokes. He has days where he works at the shelter and then days that he's not at the shelter. So today was one of the days that he's not at the shelter. So if you're wondering where he's been, well, we know earlier he was at a restaurant, but today he's not at the shelter. So okay, there we go. This is the amount that we need, and that's what we have so far. So I really, really think we can do this, y'all. Like, we have been here all day long, and we are really, really close to hitting that. All right. Oh, $5. Thank you so much. And that was from Icy. And it says, keep it up. Yes. Awesome. So let me add your $5 to the YouTube total I've been keeping track of. Somebody's saying an auction that I should go to. One of the reasons that we want to go back to the auction that we've been going to for 8 years is when we first started going to that auction, there were so many kill buyers and traders, and they were coming in from all over the place. Florida, horses were there, easily like 120 horses, like every time we went, no matter what time of the month we went, and it was just this kill buyer haven. And over the course of 8 years of consistently going there, those numbers dropped. And there were always horses in that condition at this auction. And we try to save as many as we can. So we fear that if we don't go back to that auction, I mean, one of the conversations we were having with somebody that's looking into this situation is, you know, if the kill buyer doesn't like you, you know, he tells the auctioneer, hey, I need you to get rid of them, and then he doesn't have to outbid us. So let's see. Let me see if I can read this comment and see what they're saying. So one person's saying, you know, like, maybe if we don't go back there, if we don't go back there, the kill buyers are going to just continue to congregate there, and all the work that we've done over the last 8 years of outbidding kill buyers and ultimately sending them home with empty horse trailers is something that we don't want to walk away from and have them all come back. I think we are definitely going to keep the buyout program going, and that's not something that's changing. But I also feel like the buyout program and auction rescues simultaneously working together is going to do the most good for these horses. So that is where, you know, if legally they can't kick us out of the auction, then we have every right to be there because it is a public auction. Okay, so I'm going to run back and do some more numbers and see where we're at, see how much closer we are to that goal. But the buyout program, you know, has helped so many horses that we can't, you know, really wrap our heads around. And we do get a lot of horses that are truly suffering through this, but we also get those at auction. The real difference that I'm seeing is that we are getting horses in that are taller, bigger horses, because those are horses that the kill buyer is always usually trying to outbid us on, and we are, you know, we're trying to save as many horses as we can, so we end up rescuing the smaller horses. But through the buyout program, we are rescuing those taller horses, and that's something that's different. Somebody else is saying that they are dyslexic. So did you have to get it? So we're currently getting a dealer license, but the USDA is in charge of dealer licenses, and you have to get a bond. And so yeah, I'll explain what that looks like. So when the USDA came, he listened to us. He, what our organization does and how long the animals are here. And he's like, you don't need a dealer license because according to the USDA, you should have a dealer license if you're holding or you're selling animals, which, I mean, we're a humane society, it's different, but shorter than a 45-day period. So if you buy an animal to resell within a 45-day period, the USDA says you need a dealer license. And the USDA, who governs dealer licenses, is like, you don't need one. You don't qualify under what this is, because our average stay is 90 days. Our quarantine is 30 days, so just a few extra days out of quarantine, we're compliant with what the USDA would be looking for. So then, so we've got that, but the state is like, no, it's 60-day minimum, which, we're holding all these animals for 60 days to be in compliance with that, but it's really frustrating because ultimately the dealer license isn't anything that we would need, and we quarantine for 30 to 60 days on horses anyways, and then it takes time to find them a home. So basically we've had to get everything over to the USDA. They're working on it and going through the loopholes of like, why do you want this? You don't qualify. So we have to be like, well, this is why we're trying to get this, because the state is saying that we have to, and basically we can't rescue horses outside of our property. So it's extremely frustrating, but it's something we're working on, and we're going to continue working on. And if the USDA, once they're done with their thorough investigation, finds that auctions truly can't kick people out for not doing anything at a public auction, they might not like how somebody looks, but that doesn't mean they can kick them out. They might not like how somebody operates their business, but they can't kick them out. They can only kick them out if, well, not even kick them out if they're not paying their bills. They can say, we're not going to sell you any more animals unless you pay cash. But basically, that's the only thing they can do as a public auction. So there's a lot of things we're learning, and we need to follow through and pursue with that, because if we're able to identify that that really is the way things are, then other auctions that kick rescuers out, we will have gone through this and they won't be able to do that. And that is a huge part of why we're continuing to fight through this, and figure out what our rights are as rescuers, and what does that look like. So hopefully that explains it. I'm just going to update here to see if any more donations have come in. We're really close to 18,000, y'all. Really, really close. So give me a second and we'll see where we're at. I am going to put my jacket on because now that the heater is off, it's programmed. It is getting chilly. Okay, so we got $9 more in through PayPal. Thank you so much. That's what's going to take, everyone chipping in and doing what they can to help. And let's see. Copy that over. And then we'll see what comes in through our website. I keep moving my phone over here. I have one bar of cell service on my phone. And oh, we did get another donation through our website. Yay! Okay. Getting really close, y'all. See if Venmo has gotten anything more. Yes, we got another donation in through Venmo, or maybe two, but Venmo has gone up by $10. And then I'll check Cash App, see if anything new has happened in Cash App. It does not look like it. Okay. All right. We'll come over here and see if there's anything new. Thanks for hanging in with me, y'all. I'm sure you're curious if we're gonna hit it too. And I know I am, but I'm also a very determined person, so I stick to things a long time because I'm like, if we stick to this, we can make it happen. And if I didn't have that personality, I don't think Horse Plus would be here. If I was somebody that would just throw in the towel when things got rough or things were difficult, yeah, we wouldn't be helping over 2,000 animals this year. I think somebody donated $25 on the Shelter Love app, and it looks like they covered the processing fees, so it's always very nice. So it comes through as $26.35. And we'll add that to our other 1776. Okay. Oh boy. All right, so here we go. Let me get over here where I can edit it, where y'all can see it. Okay, are you ready? So I deleted all the numbers, but there's still a 1 in front, and then the next number is 8. So we've hit 18, $4.53. Yay! That's so awesome, so exciting. Look at that. All right, so let me do the math, and we'll get down to where we need to be. Hold on. Okay, 20,000. Take away the 18. 4. $1,996 is all we need. I think we can do this, y'all. Okay, look at that. That's amazing. Yay. Okay, hold on. Somebody's asking a question. Let's see. Okay, so we got some questions here. So I think it's Teresa. She's asking about a black and white horse. Oh, we just got another donation through YouTube. Thank you. Add it to our total here. So black and white paint. If you can give me the time frame. So June was like a bay and white, or chestnut and white. And then another question is how often do we get big luck horses that are okay? And it really depends. Like, we really don't know what what the horse's complications are. So usually the complications that we see happening with big lick horses, oh, we got a $20 donation, yay! Is their back end, their hips basically fall apart. And those ones we really can't help because their body is literally falling apart around them. And then there are horses like Glimmer who did show a lot, but his biggest issue was the scarring and the chemical burns that would prevent him from showing. So that's why he was basically dumped from the big lick world. And then basically the young horses that don't have their tail tendons cut, those ones have a much better chance of actually surviving. And like they haven't had the just, when you have a grown man who's well over 250 pounds riding a horse that's still a yearling and putting that weight, to get them in those stacks and get them doing that artificial gait, that's putting 70% of their weight on their back legs, and they're trying to grow and develop, and it messes with them. It messes with their bones, their tendons, their joints, and they fall apart. Now, if somebody's training a horse that's, later in life and they're actually a developed grown horse, they do better. But if you go to these big lick shows, they have horses that are in the 2-year-old class, and they're yearlings, and they have people that weight ratio to that horse does not work, and they're doing an artificial gait. They're falling apart. I know one horse, as a 2-year-old, she was at the Columbia show, and her register name was Push to Win, and they did. They pushed her to win, and she won. But by the time she was 6 years old, she was so crippled that she could barely walk, and I got her at an auction. And we see it time and time again, and it's really sad because by the time their owners dump them, there's nothing like that we can do for them a lot of times. So it is really hard. And there was one horse that we rescued him at an auction. He was in stacks and chains, had fresh raw chemical burns on his legs, and he was young, and we tried everything we could for a year, and finally Dr. Scott is like, his body is shot. There's nothing more we can do. Like he's falling apart, and we had to say goodbye to him, and that's hard. So we just do the best we can. Okay, so somebody is wondering who won the horse rescue grant this year. You're gonna have to watch the episode and find out. It's gonna be released in December. And when does the episode air? So I think the first part of December, there's gonna be a 3-part series that shows boot camp and shows what happened at boot camp, and then also the winner. So it's you're not gonna want to miss it. Now, we did release a 5-hour catch-up episode of all the episodes when we went and visited all these organizations and helped them at their facilities and anything that they wanted questions and help on. So that one was just re-released. If you haven't watched that and you want to catch up, that's a good way to catch up and see how everyone's doing. So it is 7:30 basically. I think Jason's going to be here in about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to have him get on and see if he can pull off this fundraiser and help us hit that 20,000, because I am running out of words, y'all. I don't know what more I can say other than Horse Plus can really use your donations in a positive way, and it would be amazing to hit that $20,000 goal that we've got here. So I'm just hoping we can do that. We did get some more donations through PayPal, so if you're watching Thank you so much for sending in your donations on PayPal and helping us during this Giving Tuesday marathon. It feels like this is a talking marathon. All right, so then I'll check and see if any donations have come in through the website. And we'll know here in a minute with this super slow internet. I'm just so glad this computer is plugged into fiber, because we wouldn't have been able to do this today. It would have shut down. That would have been it. And I would have been like, well, there goes all my hard work and planning when the internet's gone. So. And about 8 o'clock is my midnight. So hopefully soon we'll hit that goal. And but I'm sure when Jason comes in, he is going to come in with all kinds of dad jokes for y'all, and you can donate $5 and hear a dad joke and all those amazing things. And he will top it off, because he's very good at YouTube fundraising. Well, the internet is really creeping. Okay, I'm going to have to probably, let me just check Venmo, see if anything more is on Venmo. I was beginning to think Venmo wasn't working, but then some people donated. I was like, okay, it is working. Venmo is, and Venmo is still working. Thank you for sending in your donation on Venmo, or your couple donations. I'm not sure how many that was, but all right, so adding up Venmo. And let's see, Cash App, if anything came in through Cash App. Get hearts to people who donated on Cash App. Cash App is very, I don't know, like to like and appreciate things. It's slow, but I think we got it. Okay. All right, so that went, and I was going to put this up here to have better internet, hopefully. So no new donations on our website. It doesn't look like. There was a new donation on, oh, somebody did just send a donation. Hold on. Let's see. I'll get my, I think it said Cash App. Yes, that was a Cash App donation. Awesome. Okay, let me update this. Thank you so much. We're getting closer, y'all. We can do this. Okay. I don't think there's anything more on Venmo, but I'll just check it while I'm here. Yep, Venmo's still the same. Put that up there, and then do a couple more refreshes here, and then I'll have the number for you. This is, I think, I've been working on this for 12 hours straight so far, because we came over at the shelter at 7:30 to help get all this live stuff going. So we are 12 hours in, and we are so close to hitting $20,000. I'm sure we can do it. Let's see. Extra there. Chuck Shelter Love. Let's see. All right, Jason says he is on his way. That's awesome.